Hello, boys and girls. This is Aunt Pernita, and I have a wonderful story to tell you called Joseph Forgives His Brothers. Today's memory verse is from Colossians chapter 3, verse 13. It says, "Forgive as the Lord forgave you." The message for today's story is we can forgive others because God forgives us. Has anyone done something really, really mean to you? Did you forgive them? Was it easy to do, or was it difficult? Joseph's brothers had done something really, really mean to him. Joseph looked at the 11 men standing uncomfortably in front of him. The men were strangers to the other people in the palace, just strangers who had journeyed to Egypt to buy food during the famine. But Joseph knew exactly who the men were. They were his brothers. Joseph's mind flooded with memories. He remembered how his 10 older brothers had treated him. He remembered the horrible day they had pushed him into a big hole in the ground and then pulled him out, only to sell him to be a slave in Egypt. It was time to tell his brothers that the man they were standing in front of, the man who looked like an Egyptian prince and ruled all of Egypt, second only to the king, was really their very own brother Joseph. "Go," Joseph said to his servants. Soon only his brothers were left in the room. Tears began to stream down Joseph's face. "I am Joseph," he exclaimed. "I am your brother. Is my father still alive?" he cried. The brothers' mouths dropped open. Could this very important ruler of Egypt really be their brother? Suddenly they were so afraid. What would Joseph do to them? They had been so mean to him. They had sold him to be a slave. "Come closer to me," Joseph said. He knew his brothers were frightened. "I am your brother Joseph. You sold me to be a slave in Egypt, but don't worry. God is really the one who sent me here. He sent me here to save your lives during this famine. Go home quickly," he said. "Tell my father that I am ruler over all Egypt, second only to the king. Bring him here, and your children, and your grandchildren. You will live near me, and I will take care of you during the years of hunger." Then Joseph and his brothers talked for a very, very long time. Joseph told his brothers over and over again that he forgave them for what they had done. And Joseph had a lot of questions about his family. Reuben sighed a big sigh. He felt good. He felt forgiven. Reuben looked around at his other brothers. He listened as they interrupted each other to tell Joseph happy stories about their children. Reuben knew his brothers felt forgiven too. They would bring their father and their families to Egypt, and Joseph would finally see his father again.
This podcast was brought to you by Gracelink.net and Studio El Piso. For more children's resources, please visit Gracelink.net.